Hello everyone and welcome to another video. This one's going to be on Google Sheets, specifically conditional formatting based on a value in another column. So if we look at the example here, we have a task list. In the B column, we have whoever that task was assigned to, and then if that task was done. So if we put yes in this column, then the row turns green because of the conditional formatting. And if we go to here, we have an all tasks done portion here where F1 is the value. So if we put yes here, then all of them light up to green. If we go to the worksheet tab, you can see that none of this is applied. So this is what we are going to be doing. Okay, so if we go to format and then conditional formatting, it's going to bring up this bar on the right hand side. We want to make sure that single color is selected and then go to apply range. And when you apply the range, you want to make sure that you are selecting the range where you want the columns or you want the cells to be colored in. So in our case, we're going to be coloring in from A2 to C5. We're going to hit OK. And that's going to be the table here without the header. And that's why we're starting at A2. So you'll notice that some of these changed green already. These are already being conditionally formatted. And the reason is because the default formatting rules is if the cell is not empty, then change it to whatever the default color is, which is green in our case. You could change the color if you want, but this is the default formatting. Now, we're going to if you go down into this drop down here, there's a lot of options, but what we're going to be choosing is the custom formula is. And this will reveal a value or formula box, like a little text box down here. And this is where we're going to be putting our logic. Now, because it's a formula, we want to put an equal sign. And then I'm just going to start typing here. I'm going to explain it after the fact, but I'm going to say it as I go. So not equal to, we want to put not equal to, and then $sign C2, comma, and then just two parentheses, two quotation marks, sorry, and then a ending parentheses. Okay, and then we're going to hit done. And now our custom formula is right there. So basically what this means is if C2 is not empty, then color the row. So if I put yes here, right now we're going to be good. Even if I put no, it still does this. So this isn't exactly what we want, but it's close. Now, why are we able to do the row like this? Well, the reason why is because of relative and absolute referencing. So basically this C column with the $sign here means that this C is always going to be the logical pinpoint, right? So this value, this conditional formatting rule is always going to be referencing the C column. But because there's no $sign in front of the 2, well, then this 2 can change. And what does that 2 reflect? That 2 reflects the row value. So 2, 3, 4, 5. And so this will basically look at C2, C3, C4, C5. And because these are all relative, this cell here, A2, will only look at C2. And this B2 value or this B2 cell will only look at C2 when it's doing its conditional formatting. Okay, so that's what that is, but we don't want it to happen anytime because what if we just put like a space in there, hit enter, there's technically something in there because there's a space value, but there's really nothing. So, and I just put delete there. So what do we do in this case? Well, what we want to do is we want to specify an exact value. And in order to do that, we can put an equals, we can put an equal formula there. And instead of nothing, we can put the value yes in between these parenthesis values. And in this case, now what we'll see is, yes works, but no doesn't work. Get rid of this. And then a space here doesn't work, right? So only yes works. So now there's only one more thing to do, and that's to set up the conditional formatting for this all tasks done thing here. If you remember on the other page in the example, we can put yes in here, and they all show up as green. So how do we do that? So if we go back, we click inside of our little table here, we go into conditional formatting rules, and we're going to change this formula. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put my cursor here, and we want to color in the cells if either this is yes or this is yes. So what we want to do is use an or formula, or function, I guess it's called, and we can leave that the same. So or parentheses, and then after this we can put a comma, and then we can put EQ parentheses, and then this time we're going to use absolute referencing for both the row and the column. So we're going to do $F and then $1. So that's the cell where we want to look at whether or not it's yes or not. And then we're going to hit a comma, and then quotation mark, yes, and quotation marks, parentheses, parentheses. Okay, so this is done, and now we have a very, not a very complicated formula, but a little bit more than before. And if we put yes in here, then they all show as green. And these, of course, say that these are done. These color in based on this now. So that's it. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe for more, tips and tricks and stuff. And comment if you didn't get anything. Hopefully other people can contribute, or if I see it, I can contribute. But yeah, thanks for watching.